In the spring of 1985, on the quiet island of Gozo, a rugged outcrop in the Maltese archipelago, an ordinary construction project became the pivot of an enduring mystery. Dr. Anton Mifsud, a local physician with a passion for history, was urgently summoned to a dusty excavation site. There, beneath layers of time-worn earth, labourers had exposed something astonishing: the immense skeleton of a being over 3 meters in length. The workmen, gripped by unease and superstition, whispered of ancient giants and hidden dangers. Officials quickly dismissed the find, citing routine explanations, yet the story could not be so easily buried. Word spread through villages and town squares, reigniting the oldest of island tales, stories of underground dwellers, colossal beings, and lost civilizations hidden just beneath the limestone crust. Soon, more strange discoveries would surface: enigmatic ruins, mysterious temples, and skeletal remains that defied easy categorization, all of which beckoned the world to reconsider what it knew of Malta's ancient past. Long before written accounts, the islanders of Gozo spoke in hushed tones of Sansuna the giantess. In the earliest days, as the legend goes, Sansuna arrived on Gozo's shores from beyond the horizon, her form towering above the tallest cypresses and her stride spanning valleys. At first, the villagers quaked in terror, fearing destruction. But Sansuna's intentions were not cruel. She declared herself their guardian, vowing protection in exchange for friendship. With supernatural strength, she single-handedly lifted immense limestone blocks, some weighing more than 50 tons, hoisting them into place to build sacred temples. These feats, retold through generations, wove Sansuna into the very identity of Malta, her legend persisting as whispers among the stones. For centuries these stories were dismissed as fable, until the rediscovery of the ancient megalithic temples gave them unexpected credence. Across Malta and Gozo, more than 30 megalithic structures rise from the earth, their time-worn stones forming silent testaments to a forgotten age. The most renowned among them, Gantija, meaning Giant's Tower, dominates Gozo's landscape. Built over a millennium before Stonehenge or the Egyptian pyramids, Gantija's twin temples are a marvel of prehistoric engineering. Their enormous stones are fitted with such precision that even the thinnest blade cannot slip between them. Not far away, the temples of Hagar-Chim and Manajdra stand as further proof of their builders' sophistication. These complexes, aligned with the sun's solstices and equinoxes, invite golden light to pierce their doorways at sacred moments of the year. The cloverleaf floor plans, harmonious symmetry, and cosmic orientation all point to advanced knowledge. Knowledge that should have been impossible for Stone Age farmers lacking metal tools or the wheel. How, then, did they move such massive stones across rough terrain? And why did they invest such effort in these structures? The answers remain elusive. The enigma of Malta's past deepened in the 17th century with the rise of Giovanni Francesco Abela, a nobleman whose curiosity led him to uncover yet more mysteries. Abela, Malta's first historian, dedicated his life to unearthing its hidden relics. In burial sites and temple ruins, he discovered bones of impossible proportions, femurs twice the length of any humans, and skulls with bizarre, elongated domes. In 1647, Abela published a comprehensive history of the Maltese islands, documenting the existence of giant bones and the temples they built. He founded Malta's first museum, displaying these remains for all to see. At the time, learned men from across Europe examined the bones and agreed they did not belong to ordinary humans. In Abela's writings, the line between legend and archaeology blurred, and the world began to wonder, had giants truly roamed Malta long ago? The saga took another turn in 1902, when workers digging a cistern in Paola, Malta, broke through into the subterranean depths of the hypogeum of Halsaflieni. What they found was astonishing. A labyrinthine structure carved from solid limestone, descending 3 levels beneath the earth. The hypogeum, meaning underground world, spanned more than 500 square meters, with curving chambers, precise masonry, and acoustics that could amplify a whisper through stone. Within its crypts lay the bones of over 7,000 individuals, some arranged in fetal positions, others stacked in niches. Yet it was the discovery of 12 skulls, each elongated and lacking the typical cranial sutures, that perplexed scientists most. The chambers themselves, shaped like sleeping giants, seemed to echo the legends of Sansuna and her kin. Researchers examined the elongated skulls with skepticism. Was this the result of cultural cranial deformation, as practiced by some ancient peoples? Detailed analysis, however, revealed that the elongation was natural, not the product of binding or manipulation. Even more puzzling was the absence of the sagittal suture, a key joint in the human skull. This anatomical anomaly led some to suggest the remains belonged to a different species or a rare mutation. As rumours spread, theories emerged linking the Maltese skulls to the Nephilim, the biblical race of giants, or even to extraterrestrial visitors. In the 1920s, National Geographic went so far as to speculate that a lost lineage of interstellar origin once called Malta home, their legacy now entombed in stone. The temples themselves offer further mysteries. At Hagar Chim and Manajdra, ancient architects aligned doorways and chambers with the rising and setting sun during solstices and equinoxes. At dawn on the summer solstice, a single beam of sunlight threads through the temple's entrance, illuminating an altar at its heart. Such astronomical precision could only be achieved through generations of careful observation. Yet today, these alignments are off by several degrees, not due to human error, but to the slow wobble of Earth's axis over millennia. This phenomenon, axial precession, means that the temples were constructed thousands of years earlier than previously thought, perhaps as far back as 10,200 BCE. This date coincides with the end of the Younger Dryas, a period of catastrophic climate upheaval, rising seas and mass extinctions. Around 10,000 BCE, great floods swept across the globe, swallowing coastlines and scattering survivors. It was an epical cataclysm, one that may have erased entire civilizations from history's record. Malta, perched on high ground, might have served as a refuge for the remnants of these lost peoples. The megalithic temples, then, could have been ceremonial centers, places to honor the dead, commune with the divine, or mark the rhythms of the cosmos in a world transformed by disaster. Some researchers peering into the mists of prehistory suggest that a global civilization once flourished before the deluge, its survivors remembered only in myth. Perhaps the most tantalizing myth of all is that of the Nephilim. In the Book of Genesis and the apocryphal Book of Enoch, the Nephilim are described as giants, the offspring of the Watchers, fallen angels who took human women as mates. Their presence, it was said, corrupted the world and drew the wrath of the Creator, leading to the Great Flood. After the deluge, the Nephilim were scattered, their bloodlines mingling with the survivors of the old world. Could Sansuna, the gentle giantess of Gozo, have been a Nephilim, or one of their hybrid descendants? Across cultures, echoes of this story persist, from the Titans of Greece to the Anakim of Canaan, all hinting at a time when giants walked the earth and shaped the destinies of men. Yet Malta's mysteries are not confined to prehistory. In the shadowed years of the 1940s, a chilling urban legend gripped the island. According to the tale, a group of 30 schoolchildren and their teacher descended into the hypogeum on a field trip, only to vanish without trace. For weeks, desperate mothers claimed to hear cries from the earth itself. Authorities searched every chamber, but found no bodies, no evidence, nothing but silence. The story, perhaps embellished in the retelling, nevertheless resonated with older legends of subterranean realms and lost races, suggesting that the Hypogeum might still harbour secrets untold. The purpose of Malta's underground architecture remains enigmatic. In the 1940s, National Geographic reported sensational claims that as many as 33,000 people had been sacrificed within the Hypogeum's depths, a number never substantiated by archaeological evidence. Excavations have yielded only about 120 complete skeletons, with thousands more represented by scattered bone fragments. No clear signs of mass ritual killing have ever been found, though the temple's iconography, spirals, womb-like chambers, and altars suggests a complex spiritual life, perhaps focused on the mystery of death and rebirth. Persistent rumours swirl about hidden artifacts and suppressed evidence. Some claim the elongated skulls were quietly removed by institutions fearful of challenging scientific dogma, while others suggest that medical experts who examined them privately described them as non-human. Skeptics argue for rare genetic mutations or disorders, yet the full story remains tantalizingly out of reach. Today, ongoing CT scans and DNA analyses continue, raising the hope that future discoveries may finally shed light on these ancient enigmas. Beyond bones and stones, the temples of Malta reveal a culture deeply attuned to the sacred feminine. Archaeologists have uncovered countless fertility figurines, robust, voluptuous goddesses carved from stone, alongside altars and chambers shaped to evoke the womb. Such artifacts suggest that the temples were centers of Earth Mother worship, predating organized religion and reflecting a matriarchal reverence for life's generative power. Some speculate that this tradition may have arisen from a civilization whose origins were not entirely human, perhaps even echoing the legacy of divine or hybrid beings. Ultimately, the story of Malta is one where myth and archaeology intertwine, each informing and complicating the other. No definitive evidence proves that giants or Nephilim ever lived on these islands. Yet the scale of the temples, the precision of their alignments, and the anomalies of the skeletal remains all point to a chapter of human history, still shrouded in mystery. Whether these are the vestiges of a forgotten race, the handiwork of alien visitors, or the last traces of a civilization erased by cataclysm, the truth remains elusive. Today, Malta and Gozo stand as global enigmas, places where the line between legend and reality grows thin. Beneath the sun-baked stones and ancient megaliths, secrets of humanity's deep past still slumber, waiting to be unearthed. Whether giants truly walked these lands, or whether the stories are born of wonder and longing, the legacy they left behind continues to challenge our understanding and reminds us that the quest for knowledge is far from over. In the silence of the temples, in the shadowed corridors of the Hypogeum, perhaps the answers still lie buried, inviting us to keep searching, to keep digging, until Malta's greatest mysteries are finally revealed.